Imagine a world where nature has the ability to clean itself. It would certainly save the human race a lot of trouble. If everything worked that way, then life as we know it would be much more easier and it would be perfect. Well, look no further. This feature can be found right here on Earth. Phytoremediation, Mother Nature Knows Best, by John Chip. Meet Mr. Phytoremediation. If you break the word down, phyto in Greek means plant. Remedium in Latin means a remedy or a cure. The scientific term for phytoremediation is the use of biological agents to remove or neutralize contaminants in soil or water. So there are certain plants that have the ability to absorb certain minerals. If those minerals become contaminants, then people can plant those plants, harvest them, and thus remove that contaminant from the land. I first found out about phytoremediation when one of my teachers brought up a story about a man who used this process to clean the Alawai Canal. I've never heard of phytoremediation before, so I was very curious. I also thought it would be relevant to an environmental science class I was taking next year. So right off the bat, I was pretty curious. My research paper was centered around the thesis. Considering the situation of our environment and economy, bioremediation or phytoremediation would be one of the most efficient and effective alternatives in purifying contaminated water or soil. During my research, I found out that using phytoremediation, it costs just $25 to $100 per ton of soil, and 60 cents to $6 to purify each 1,000 gallons of water. Compared to our modern systems of purification, phytoremediation saves a lot of money and is much more cheaper. Phytoremediation has been used all around the world. It has been used in the radioactive cleanup in Chernobyl, in the Soviet Union, in the Fuzhou province in China, in the state of South Carolina, and right here in Hawaii at the Alawai Canal. A while ago, an organization called Natural Systems Incorporated, led by a man named Chad Durkin, led a phytoremediatic project at the Alawai. They used kuli plants and they placed it on rafts. The submerged roots made a mini ecosystem for microorganisms and fish. Together, they purified and reduced the water's nitrogen, bacteria, phosphorus, algae, and potassium levels. So that's a picture of the rafts. I did my fieldwork at the Green Machine, and my mentors are Chad Durkin and Molly Kappa. On the left, you'll see a solar-powered lab, and on the right is the Green Machine. The Green Machine is a large water holding tank. It can be split into two sections, train A and train B, and each section can be divided into 6 interconnecting parts, numbers from 1 to 6, with 1 being the most polluted. The Green Machine uses bioremediation, which primarily uses microorganisms as its cleaning agents. So sewage water is pumped through one end, and it goes through lots of vegetation and soil and microorganisms and fish, and it slowly becomes decontaminated to the point that it can be safe to use for irrigation. The things I used during my fieldwork was I used a water quality meter to test the Green Machine for its pH level, dissolved oxygen, which is the amount of available oxygen for underwater organisms like fish to breathe, and temperature. Here we have the water quality meter. My mentor also outfitted me with an all-weather notebook, which is totally cool because it's completely liquid proof. And that's just a regular pencil. I brought my all-weather notebook today. Feel free to look inside or pour water on it, whichever is more convenient. I also use a colorimeter to test the water for turbidity, nitrates, phosphates, and ammonia levels. Other things I got to do was bacteria analysis. So I used a solution of a water sample from the Green Machine and bacteria food. I poured it into blister packs, which are similar to the ones you find in chewing gum packages. I sealed it, That's a blister pack. I sealed it in a contact tree sealer, placed it in an incubator overnight. The next day, any changes in the color would indicate the presence of E. coli or other coliforms. Using the information that I used, I was able to have some elevations. I compared the tanks of the green machine and the effects of bioremediation, and I found out that the amount of dissolved oxygen in the green machine increased after each progressive stage in the green machine. Other information included the dissolved oxygen in the cleanest parts of the tanks, in the last tanks, B6 and B6, were comparable to that of the dissolved oxygen in the Makiki stream. The clarity of the water also improved to the point that it could rival that of the stream water. So overall, I think that senior project is a good idea. It allows students the opportunity to explore career pathways and other interests. I was very fortunate to have an excellent mentor who happens to be here today. Ladies and gentlemen, my mentor is Makiki. As a result of this, I was able to work with scientific equipment that I wouldn't have been able to do so otherwise. Science is not my forte, but it amazed me how much fun I had working at the green machine and exploring the world of bioremediation. In the senior project process, I found out that I work best when there's set guidelines and a checklist. I like to be organized, I like to do things in an orderly manner. And for the past few months, I found out that things tend to go smoothly if I had set goals in mind. So, thank you. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. But on the last note, personally, it never ceases to amaze me how nature has the ability to protect itself from natural and man-made agents using bio and bioremediation. And both processes have great potentials in today's and tomorrow's world. Thank you very much. Any questions?
You know, that expression, nature protects itself, comes originally from hypnosis. That when you are hypnotized, they put a burning cigarette on your tongue. Nothing will happen because nature protects itself, because your mind, your brain does not know that you have this thing, you know, unless somebody tells you you have this. I heard this actually when I was in New Zealand, because I tried out for the show. You know, this guy was giving this, and he gets everybody there first, and then tries to find the good ones and the bad ones. You know, shows the bad ones out. I was one of the bad ones. So. Are you gonna pursue a career?
Science? Well, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up, but I like to keep my options open. So I explore everything that interests me, and hopefully I find a rich job.
Great. Now, is Mr. Durkin and Miss
This Kaka.
Kaka, are they involved with Houston, Texas, at all? NASA program?
No.
So how long have they been here in Hawaii?
The green machine?
Yeah, this
the green
outfit
machine
that you work with?
was made in San Francisco, and over time they moved over here, where it takes sewage water from the Hawaii Nature Center, and it purifies it, or decontaminates it to the point it can be used for irrigation in a nearby field. So it's pretty amazing. 1 week progress could change dirty toilet water into something that could be used again.
So when was this done to the alawai?
Bioremediation was used on alawai a while ago, but it was pretty successful. There were some good, promising results, and eventually ran out of funding from the federal government, so the project had to stop.
The rafts are still there, but it's we kind of go and fix them up every once in a while and make sure they're still around, but it's not oxygenated anymore because there's no money to run it, and we kind of try to keep it going. If you go by the golf course, It's the side channel where,
Right along
where the golf course
I
is.
noticed a lot of the sides all cleaned out, and I never noticed that before.
Yeah, there's still rafts of plants out there, and they're going for it still. Can't be doing any harm. That's what we figure.
Great job. Great job.
Thank you.
Do you have any other questions? Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ching. That was an excellent presentation.
Yes.
One of these days, we'll call for bioremediation in our classrooms. A lot of students that we